Hi, let's talk a little bit about insider threats. In the last few years, we've seen insider threats really rocket to the top of the IT security agenda. Lots of reports now saying that it in fact is the biggest threat to data and the most likely to cause a breach. So how would you go about addressing a challenge like the insider threat? What's the answer? Is it network encryption? Is it data loss prevention? Is it analysing network activity for anomalies of behaviour? Well, you could start in any of these places, but I want to focus a little bit today on privileged access management. The reason for that is because the more access a user has, the greater the risk that they pose. But who are privileged users? Well, the most obvious answer that people would give to that question is IT admins. IT admins are privileged users. Historically, they've had a lot of responsibility when it comes to the maintenance and updating of a network and making sure that it works correctly, and that has given them access to everything. We might say they're our biggest area of risk. But there are others today. DevOps, this is a role that's risen in recent times. They have access to numerous systems across networks, and the agile way in which they work could make them an area for concern too. What about database admins? There are so many databases to be managed now, and they are very often a target for those who are looking to steal data. What about leaders of business units who've implemented their own solutions to solve particular problems that they have? And let's not even get started on contractors or the numerous other third parties that might get access to network resources. The point I'm trying to make is that we're reaching a stage actually where almost every user is a privileged user. Every user has access to some form of data or system that you might not want to fall into the wrong hands. So how do you begin to address the challenge that these privileged users pose? Well, really, it boils down to quantifying your risk. And what is the risk from a privileged user? Well, the risk from a privileged user is about control and visibility. So it's the fact that you can't see what they're doing potentially, and you don't have a way of managing what they're doing. So begin to quantify your risk by asking, what are the highest value resources that exist in my infrastructure, and who are the users who have the greatest access to that? What may happen is that you may be able to reduce your biggest risk of an insider threat in actually a very short amount of time. So if you feel that you've got a hill that you can't climb yet when it comes to addressing the insider threat, or perhaps you don't even know where to begin, you can find out more about managing, monitoring and auditing privileged access at www.wallix.com. Thanks for watching.